So we are T minus 6 days from surgery, and I felt like it was a good opportunity to talk about some of the fears that you have when you are approaching a life altering surgery such as this. Now, obviously, if you have taken any look at my channel, you know that this is not the first time I've had surgery, not even close. This is my 5th surgery. And so you would think that at this time I would be an old hat to all of this, but that is not the case. In fact, this is probably the most scared that I've been going into a surgery, which to some might sound very odd because when you look at it on paper, a spinal fusion, a brain surgery, a craniotomy all sound so much scarier than getting an ileostomy. Not to this bitch. This is the thing that I have been dreading for the past 7 years. The thing that I have been working so hard to avoid. So the fact that I am giving in, and not so much giving up, but moving forward and accepting this new way of life is scary. It's very scary. And as well as all of that, this is the first time in my life I've been in a place where I am not suicidal 24/7. I don't have those thoughts in my head 24/7. So the thought of something going wrong during surgery is terrifying this time around. Whereas before, I was so depressed, just even though I had such wonderful things going on, my mental health was trash. I wasn't on the right medications. That was a whole other saga that I didn't really get into on here. But I'm on the right meds now. And also, I had a lot of things that I had not dealt with. And I was very fresh out of inpatient hospitalization for a very severe suicide attempt when we found out that my rod was broken. I had only been out for a month when we found out that my rod was broken. And so I was thrusted into this situation wherein I really was constantly hoping something would go wrong because I couldn't see the other side. I couldn't see the possibility of ever getting better, ever feeling better, of this being a success. And I was still in a place where I felt as though I was this burden to bear for all of my loved ones. I'm in a better place. Things are a lot better. I'm a lot healthier. I'm a lot happier. And that makes this so much harder because the thought of something going wrong, it's terrifying. And I have this pit in my stomach about it. I mean, obviously my stomach hurts anyway because I can't go to the bathroom. But it's also this fear because now I feel as though there's so much more to lose. Obviously, I had the same amount of love and support at my other surgery, but I was still convinced that I was the problem and that everyone was going to be better off without me at that time. But I've done the work, I've gotten better, and now I know that's not the case. And so the thought of something going wrong and the absolute worst going wrong is terrifying. It's terrifying. And so I've just been sitting with that for a while. And then, of course, comes along the fears, even if everything goes right, I'm going to have to be learning this whole new way of living. And I know that there is a lot of judgment that people with ostomies experience. And that's frightening. That is very frightening. And I know a lot of that judgment may still come internally because I fought for so long to not have this surgery because I thought that I could do things to prevent it. Spoiler alert, that didn't happen. My doctors knew that I was going to end up needing an ostomy one day. They always said that it's kind of either going to be your decision or you're going to get an obstruction so bad that the decision's made for you. And I just kept saying no. I'm going to keep trying different medications. I'm going to keep doing an enema every single day for the next few years to avoid that because that's so much better. That's so much better. So I'm still working on the acceptance part. I'm looking forward to not being in as much pain. I'm looking forward to losing all of this swelling that has occurred as a result of my digestive tract moving to a snail's pace. And because of that, the pain that has subsequently occurred, leaving me bedbound. I'm excited for the benefits. Not excited for the thing that has to occur for those benefits to happen. And also, I don't want to leave. I am planning on going inpatient for about 4 weeks afterwards to a rehabilitation facility because of how much mobility I've lost and how much pain I'm in. I did very well when I went to Kessler in West Orange after my prior surgery last year. They were able to help me so much and able to help me get off of pain meds, which is a big, big goal of mine because I do not like being on opiates. Just, it's a personal thing. And so I think that that's going to be the best option for me. But I have now lived with my fiance for a year, and I didn't know what that was like at my last surgery because I hadn't moved in yet. But now I know what it's like, and I know what I have to momentarily give up. And that's hard. I love my cats. I love my fiance. I love this life that we've carved for ourselves. And I don't want to leave that. I don't want to leave. But I know it's for the best. And I know that by leaving for a month, I'm going to get better quicker. And we'll be able to do more things together as a result of me getting back. I'll be able to be a more active participant in our relationship and our family. I won't be having to spend days on end in bed because of the immense pain that I'm in. So that's kind of what's going on in this noggin. And as it gets closer, it gets more real. It still doesn't feel entirely real. I know from past experience it doesn't feel real until you're going under for surgery. And even then, it's not till you wake up that you're like, oh, that surgery that I've been planning for, that actually happened. That actually did happen. I did need that. That happened. It occurred. It's crazy how the mind plays tricks on you. And I know that it's kind of like a defense mechanism because if I were to accept right now that I'm going into this surgery completely, I think I would lose my mind because it's scary. It's scary. And I'm very good at putting on a brave face because I know that it's better to talk about the positives than to dwell on the negatives because the negatives are just aesthetics, really. I mean, obviously there's always the potential for something to go wrong during a surgery, even a minor complication. But if everything's going to go right, then the only downside to getting this surgery is that I am permanently going to look different, and it's more so the fear of judgment from others. I have a lot of fears in regards to when I return to acting and modeling, if this is going to get in the way of being cast I already have experience with my other disability accessories getting in the way of being cast, because typically you're only really cast if they're looking for somebody that's disabled already. But still, there's a lot of judgment in the industry. It's kind of the name of the game. They judge you to decide if you're good enough to be cast. And I'm scared that this is going to make a big difference in a not so good way. But I also know that things are changing, and there are a lot of opportunities out there for people that are disabled now. And maybe for a while, I will specifically do jobs and apply to jobs in which I don't have to disclose that I have this little accessory, I guess, is the best word that I'm going to stick with for it. But I do hope that I can get to a point where it's something that I'm not made to feel ashamed of, where it can be a part of modeling and acting. And, I've never seen an actor in a scene where an ostomy is displayed, and maybe I can be a part of the movement in which that's a reality on screen, because these aren't as uncommon as you'd think, and no one deserves to feel any less than or any less represented simply because of the circumstances of their birth. So, it's another struggle. It's something that I know in the long run will make me stronger, but right now it sucks. So that is my 6 days to surgery update with the major fears. My next video that I'm hoping to do, I'm going to be talking about some of the essentials to bringing to the hospital when you're going in for a longer stay. So if you're interested, make sure you hit that follow button and the little alert bell, so that way you can get updated when I post that, because since I'm going to be going away in 6 days, I'll be posting that pretty soon because content. I know I've been bad about content, but I hope that that's something that I can improve upon as I feel better. So, the benefits outweigh the aesthetic negatives, which isn't even a negative, it's just societal expectations. So, thanks for listening, and continue to keep me in your thoughts. Wish good luck, wish happy thoughts, all that jazz. Thank you. Bye, guys.